Hello, can everybody hear me? My name is Jeff. I'm your host for the Do Nothing Project. If you can hear me, let me know. Maybe just say, yep, yes, affirmative in the comments there. Uh, Sweet. I see Andrew is there in the blue font. Good to see you, Andrew. Andrew is our moderator for this evening, my buddy down in Arizona. I'm in Toronto, and all the others, all the everywhere. Levi, Ben, Kim, Jason, Patrick, Jennifer, Deborah, Emily, Siobhan, all the peoples, Courtney, Fred, Kay. They're in all the other places around North America, Asia, Australia. I don't think any Australians tune in live. No, actually, maybe in the morning. Yeah, of course. Uh, New Zealand. So this is the Do Nothing Project. Uh, this is what we do. We meet every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Usually it's me here, and sometimes it's Andrew or a guest host. And we hang out and do nothing together, aka meditate. So, Happy New Year, everyone. Happy 2023. May it be much, much better than 2022. And good to say thank you for everyone who's saying hello here. So, I see some new folks. Oh, nice. 3 or 4 Aussies tuning in live. Richard first jumped in. Tina. So a lot of people say hello over in the comments, but many more just hang out in the background, don't feel like getting on their computers. Can hardly blame you for typing. And many more listen to it afterwards. So we got a good little community here. We've been going strong for, I think, actually 4 years or something. I think I said 3 years before, but I think it's more like 4 years. And it just started out as a way for me to not have to meditate alone. I like the feeling of being in a group, and it's the idea of the do nothing is it's really very low tech, low key, not a lot of bells and whistles, and yeah, that's about all I have to say about it. I'm kind of tired tonight. Like an hour and a half wrestling match with hour and 15 minutes with my toddler, trying to get him to go to bed. Seems like that's the rule now. He's also been set free from his high chair for during meals, so he doesn't actually. He just runs around, does laps around the house, and we're supposed to be eating, and I chase him around, and that's my life. So the idea here is we can just be honest with whatever gong show we got going on. So I'll guide a really simple practice, and then there's always an option to share a report afterwards. It's what a lot of people like to do here, or occasionally there might be a question that gets asked, and then yeah. What was I going to say? Yeah, in terms of a theme, well, there's almost never a theme, or it's just a very low level theme. But I was thinking, since it is the beginning of the year, I know for myself, I need to really recommit to a daily practice. It's been just so challenging with the parenting stuff and work, everything. And so I do think the beginning of the year, despite how uh, easy it is to disparage New Year's resolutions, I think resolving to try to sit every day for 5 or 10 minutes is a good thing. The metaphor I think of for meditation is gentle influence. There's a great hexagram in the I Ching called subtle penetration or gentle influence or subtle influence, and the metaphor they use is just a wind that just blows softly but in one direction for a very long time, and how, although at any one moment the effect is quite subtle, ultimately it's cumulative, that it has this growing power. And I think meditation is a lot like that. It's one of those things where the more you do it, in the sense of doing it every day versus how long you do it, but the more often you plug into it, and there can be, for anywhere from 5 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour, whatever you feel like you want to do. But the more you're sitting and plugging in, the more your nervous system remembers what it is it's learning in these places of just sitting and allowing your life to be what it is. and that builds over time. There's a steady cumulative effect that's very positive. Um, but in order for that to work, it's really about maintaining the direction. It's keeping that, it's not blowing in 50 directions. It's the same direction, sitting down, every day. It could be a different time or every other day, but really reconnecting to the essence of what that practice is. And that's how it builds over time. And just some encouragement at the beginning of the year uh, oh wait, are people seeing me here? Someone's saying I'm not here. I think whoever said that, I am here. I think I'm here. Hard to know with meditation. Uh, anyway, so this is an opportunity at the beginning of the year to kind of recommit, and certainly to this weekly group, but also to daily practice if that makes sense for you, and knowing that the slow goodness of meditation builds. And it's kind of like that in a meditation practice itself. It also is similar. It has this way in which it starts very gently. The more patient we are, the more we don't try to push it forward, the more it's the uh, the what do you want to call it? The magic can kind of slowly settle in. The softening, the relaxation, the reset, the settling, and then ultimately the insight, the clarity, the equanimity. So I am going to ring this bell. I still just noticing there's a few people here who have internet issues, but so it goes. I hope those get figured out. I'll do 25 minutes, and then that'll be it. I'll ring the bell again at the end. Also, just getting used to these weird ear things. I don't like using them. It's like they kind of clog my head. I can't really. It's like I hear my own voice in this weird way. Anyway, giving this commentary on that. Let's meditate, i.e., do nothing. So, as usual, for the Do Nothing Project, if you have your own version of sitting around and doing nothing, you're welcome to activate that now. So you could be lying down, you could be leaning against, supported against some cushions, or could be in a meditation position. I like to start with a few kind of relief breaths, like, oh my God, thank God. I'm so tired. Breathing out vibes. It's this sense of relief that you get to come back to. Oh, just being a body, no expectations for the next 25 minutes. Don't need to get up and go anywhere or make anything happen or take care of anyone or fix any problems, solve anything. This is this opportunity to the kind of holy laziness of practice to really, really appreciate being able to just sit here and be. And one thing that helps with this is kind of setting this intention at the beginning that I'm going to just commit to doing this practice for the next 24 minutes or so, whether it's just sitting and being or whether it's paying attention to a home base. I'm going to try to stay with it. But I'm also not going to get bent out of shape about how it all rolls out, about, surrounding distractions, things happening inside. Whatever's here is here. So we kind of make this commitment to not engage in any fights about things. That's the equanimity, of course, and it forms the kind of container of the practice. You can actually do this sensory thing of noticing that in relationship to sound. If you're kind of sitting in this tight or braced way, then sounds can be kind of startling, or they can be, there's like you're kind of resisting it. So instead, you just really let the front of the body be open. It's like you're so open, if there was a loud sound, you wouldn't even have much of a startle. You're that open, feeling the ground under you. So just noticing if there's a little adjustment you make inside yourself at the beginning. Be in line with that. Sort of a global body relaxation. And then there's just the sitting and being. Some, the only real commitment is just to staying aware. You can let your mind wander to different sounds or sensations. And the main thing is just knowing that you're present, not deliberately engaging with the usual distractions, although that'll happen and you come back. Also, to help with this, there's the option of choosing a simple home base, the breath or a sound, something to kind of anchor your attention. It gives your mind something to do and helps make things simple on the inside, simpler. Let you settle into that. Good. That's kind of like, how patient can you be here? Letting the breath, sounds come to you, not trying to push things forward, but much more like resting back, just not in any rush. Noticing the subtler parts of the breath, sounds, or just sitting and being, enjoying this opportunity to take a break, holding yourself in this very gentle way. So the gentle influence of meditation builds. Mind often wanders. It's not a big deal. It's sort of the rhythm of meditation, actually. mind kind of picks up some thread and you don't realize it, you notice, you come back, recommit, and that's a continual recommitment is how you build up the concentration. That's how you make the changes in the brain. So kind of enjoy that process. And anytime you notice yourself anticipating the future or reaching forward or even just anticipating the next breath, if you can notice that and you come back to right here, back up to just being a body, being present inside that doing nothing is very powerful. Kind of this gentle influence of presence and awareness radiates out calm, even if there are thoughts and feelings there. We're just holding the direction by not holding on to anything. Okay, so last few minutes, if you like, we can do a short friendliness practice just to stoke some kindness. It's good for me, these weary bones. So maybe you just want to visualize or bring to mind different people in your life, people close to you, people less close to you, kids, animals. Just let yourself, your mind kind of wander through this Rolodex of beings, and you can kind of send each one your version of a blessing. It could be like, may you be well, or hey, I like you, wishing you good things here at the beginning of the year. Just a kind of moment to appreciate these different people. And if you want to linger on one or two, that's fine. Just kind of refreshing their image in your mind's eye or the idea of them, and send them some friendliness, some care. It's a good muscle to exercise, this friendliness, this appreciation muscle. Sometimes I like just thinking that you're like sharing the benefits of the meditation with this person, the benefits of the practice. Imagine them including them in that. May you be well. Maybe committing to telling the people in your life how much you like them. Here at the beginning of the year definitely makes the year easier. May all of us be well. Oh, one pod. That's an idea, Mitch. Thank you. You're welcome, Andrew. Thanks, Ruth. Bill. So the sound is better, I guess. So maybe these things are good. I'll just use one. Does that change the sound at all? If I just use one, let me know. Hey, Rod. Hey, Lori. Melissa. Emily. Megan. Catherine. Well, Happy New Year, everyone. Jeff. Laura. Oh, still sounds the same. Okay. One's better. I appreciate everybody. 24 comments on the sound. Thank you. This is how it usually rolls here. Doesn't seem to ever perfect itself from a technical point of view, the Do Nothing project, which feels quite appropriate. Oh, transparency setting on the AirPods. No. Yeah, they do clog my head. I think I have. Okay, I will test these things. I don't know anything about this transparency mode, sound canceling, but I think it must be true. It must be on. Hat Creek dog training. Our dogs recognize your voice now and assume their positions on the bed. Nice. Love that. Awesome. All right. Well, this was, I think Andrew will call this one gentle influence. Okay. Question from Andrew Curtis. I found that when I was getting pulled away from my breath, some topics that pulled me away were worth looking into. Oh, yeah. How do you balance looking into those thoughts versus being with your breath? That's a great question. Well, it's sort of up to you. I mean, yeah, I remember Shinzen. Someone asked Shinzen this at a retreat because you do get insights that can be helpful. And certainly for me, I used to stop and occasionally write notes. Sometimes I'd write notes the whole meditation. Then I realized I was writing notes the whole day, the whole retreat, and I wasn't actually meditating. So what I would say is if it's really, really this burning insight that seems really super important, then yeah, you could take a moment to think about it or write it down. But um, you just so rarely get an opportunity to sit and not think. So the mind, as it gets more subtle, the mind will try to pull you into ever more interesting thoughts. And I think the real skill of not needing to follow through on some fixed thing I got to do, whether it's I got to think this, I got to do this. That's kind of the core equanimity skill that grows through the practice. So I would just, I would just watch that. I wouldn't indulge it too much. I just kind of learned that over the years. That's my take, of course. There's lots of other ways to think about it, no doubt. Yeah. Yeah, totally. It's a seed. And because the thoughts will come back. But it's true. I mean, the meditation will create a lot of insight and creativity. When you sit and do nothing, that's what comes up. So then it gets very hard not to want to go into those spaces. But they'll find their way back. Yeah, yeah. So that's what Stefan is saying too. They come back. No upcoming Costa Rica retreat spasma, unfortunately. Not with two little ones. It's too tricky. But I think I got one coming up in the States in the summer, and then the online things. All right, friends. Well, great to hang out. Thank you for moderating, Andrew. Appreciate all the voices. Really happy to see everybody. Oh yeah, I was going to mention in terms of for extra support to kind of keep the practice going in the new year. 10% Happier, which is the app I do along with Calm. They have a big New Year's challenge coming up with the Dalai Lama, which looks pretty sweet. So I will be doing that. I will be on my 10% Happier app and following along with that, just as a kind of it's like a daily thing. It kind of keeps you in these daily. You sort of get a check mark. I think you can friend me somehow on that. I don't know how that works, but maybe Andrew can put the link to the 10% Happier thing. And if anyone, and it's a great app. So is Calm. I think we have a bunch of the 10% Happier promo codes. So if you don't have that or you want that, you could just send me an email, and me Len helps me with my email, and she'll send you like a code or something so you can get it for free. But I think this thing is for free. The whole thing is for free. That's the point. So that's another option. But I do find those challenges actually helpful because I just, I'll decide what the heck I'll do it, and then I'll just be on there every day. Yeah, 10% Happier also has discounts for mental health workers. They have lots of cool discounts. All right, everyone. I'm out of here. Oh, I'm glad, Lori. I will see you next week. Have a good week of doing something, and you can find some time to do nothing in your schedule. Always valuable. And I'll see you. Otherwise, I'll see you next Sunday. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Kevin. Yeah, so Andrew's got some thing about how you click on the link.